for starting with the Barcelona lens here, I'm going to start with some hot takes. I'm going to start with the positive stuff. Where when I watch Real Madrid do what they did to Man City, and I go, is this, can Barcelona replicate that? Where is Barcelona in their, was like path back to the Champions League? And there's something about the Champions League this season in particular, and Real Madrid's past tour, that is founded in confidence and chaos. And the reason why I transition from Frankie de Jong and say Dembele, it's not even just about Champions League trophies, because I think it's odd to me that in my mind, Frankie de Jong helps you win the Liga more, while Dembele helps you win the Champions League more, because Dembele can operate in broken plays in individual moments. And why I have some hope for Barcelona's future comes down to three players in Dembele, if he renews, Ansu and Pedri, because those are three players that have shown us in the last year and a half now, well, for Dembele, it's this season, for Pedri, it's this season, and for Ansu when he was healthy, that they only need those little moments. And that is what the Champions League comes down to, where is it a player who has an ability to be completely unfazed, that is the same mentally between the ears on a good day and a bad day? And Ansu has shown us so far that it doesn't seem to, we don't know yet when he doesn't have, like, when he has responsibility. We have yet to see Ansu when the lights have gotten brightest on him and he's the guy, and the other team is circling and saying, hey, if we can stop him, we know that we're in the clear, in the same way that teams did to Mbappe this season. Messi and Neymar be darned. But, then Pedri has shown us against at least some of the bottom half teams in the Liga that he's capable of the moment, where Barcelona needs a goal right now. And on three different occasions, Pedri was the one who scored that goal. Whether he's a goal scorer or not, it doesn't matter. He's the guy that scored the goal. And so the chaos that exists in those moments with those players, those are, big time players to me. It makes me believe that, if Barcelona can fill out the rest of their squad, if they can, which is a lot to ask, but if they can build enough depth, to me, it's counterintuitive that if this team, that being Barcelona, is contending for the Liga trophy, why are they also not contending for the Champions League? PSG and Bayern Munich dominate their leagues, and so they're expected to win the Champions League and compete there. Man City is likely going to win the Premier League, and they're expected to win the Champions League trophy. Real Madrid obviously are going to win the Liga, and now they're in the final for the Champions League too. And so if Barcelona next year are good enough and deep enough to contend for the Liga, then why are they also not contending for the Champions League? Like, it doesn't, to me, it's not, I don't understand why it's a stepping stone, where it's like, you have to win the Liga. You've got to be a good enough squad to compete week in and week out to then also, like, to get to that higher level, right? Like, the only thing that was stopping Barcelona for years from reaching that quote unquote higher level is the mentality. And that is what Real Madrid, unfortunately, is showing us year after year after year, that they can be gosh darn nothing a week before, and then, or even in the second leg of a tie, they're dead in the water, and then here they are, the glorious Real Madrid.
The difference between competing in Europe and not is just doing it, man.
Right.
Because people tell me, well, Barcelona is not ready to compete in the Champions League next year. Sure, yeah, you have your reasons, whatever. Was Villarreal ready to compete in the Champions League this year? Like,
I don't think so.
So
they were so far behind Bayern Munich a month ago, or all the time.
All the time. Like, look at the quality in that squad. It's so far behind the teams that they beat. So the difference between actually reaching it and not is just doing it. So one thing that helps you is the quality of the players, whether that's players who can decide games in the moment, or players who just consistently do the right thing and make the right decisions over the course of a match. But I think the other thing is mentality, and mentality is something that Barcelona have lacked ever since we got kicked out by Rome. So we saw it against Frankfurt as well. It's that mentality. Obviously, Madrid has that mentality. That is their DNA. That no matter what, they believe that they can do it and end up doing it just because they believe they can do it. Barcelona, when things don't go well, and especially when things don't go well and they don't feel that they are the better team, well, that's the problem. They don't feel that they're the better team. That's why when Frankfurt literally plays better than Barcelona, it's very difficult for Barcelona to recover from that. When Barcelona was the best team in the world, we made amazing comebacks all the time because we were the best team in the world, and we still knew that we were the best team in the world. That's why the comeback against Paris Saint-Germain was possible. That's why the comeback against Milan was possible, because
Chelsea.
to come back 2-0.
Yep.
No, that's why all those comebacks were possible, because we literally believed that we were the best. But Barcelona believed that we were the best when we actually were the best. Because in Barcelona, the only way that we win is by playing well and by constantly showing that we are the best. And for Madrid, that's irrelevant. They believe that they're the best because they win. And why do they win? Not because that they are the better team. It's because they believe that they're the best.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, every time.
and this is the problem in the match yesterday with City. City quite clearly did not believe that they were going to win in the Bernabeu. You just saw it. The only player who showed up was Bernardo Silva. The rest played like crap the whole match.
Yeah, just trying to survive. And you can't survive against Real Madrid in the Champions League. You can't. Year after year after year, you can't. I mean, and of course, we knew the memes were coming, right? Because it was, I mean, as physical as it was, but what we watched was physical. Yeah, players scored, players ran, physically things happened, but it was the perfect confluence of Pep Guardiola struggling in Champions League semifinals and losing these matches in the Champions League for the last 10 years and facing off with the only team that always wins these matches in the Champions League. And you could feel like the reaction is like, of course this happened again. Of course this happened. Not that it happened even to Pep Guardiola, but like, that's like the oddest thing about football. That, and you're right about the Barcelona point, that every time Barcelona are the best team in the world, well, not every time, but every time they won the Champions League, they were the best team in the world. Like you could every time you said, of course.
Every time that we that's why we have 2 trebles.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
You know, because when we win, there's a chance that we win everything because we're literally the best team in the world. That's why every time that we win the Champions League, we also win La Liga at home.
Yeah.
You'll never see a season where Barcelona gets destroyed by Madrid 3-0, 4-0, and then ends up winning anything.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen because if Madrid beats us 4-0 in the Camp Nou, then the next 3 months we just walk around depressed,
right?
Not believing in ourselves, and yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm seeing a narrative too that's popping up that the new core, if you will, of Camavinga and Valverde and Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, that, you know, oh, Real Madrid have actually built this like really good young core. But you know, in the same respect, you know, a healthy Ansu Fati and Pedri and Gavi and Araujo, like Barcelona's core is still better to me than that group. Like that group is very good. Of course, Real Madrid, Bayern, City, PSG, Man United, even all of these clubs, Tottenham, Arsenal, they're all.
I don't know about Manchester United.
I don't know about United as far as their young players. I agree with that, but all of these
or their old players. Like there's seriously, who would you take from that squad?
I mean, I saw the McTominay rumors this week. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, all of those clubs that have not only money to spend, but they have money to spend on their infrastructure and their academies, and they also have the money to pick up young products. Again, that's why, you know, no offense to the Ronald Araujo signing the La Masia stuff. Like, you know, we've been hearing the lulls about that. You know, obviously his former club in Uruguay are getting frustrated with that because he came over at, I think he was 19, played for a year and a half in Barça B at professional levels. Like he was developed not in La Masia. And you know that Pablo Torre, the second he debuts for the first team after a cup of coffee with Barça B, you know, in August and September, is going to be, you know, they're going to call him La Masia. You know what I mean? Because he's a teenager and whatever.
It's so weird because it's so weird because we have so many Masia players in the team. Why would we even have to pretend that another young player who joined us from Uruguay is from La Masia? Like, why?
I have the answer. I mean, the answer is easy because who is one of, I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, the players under 23, the longest standing member of La Masia is Oscar Mingueza. He was there the longest. He joined at like 7 or 8, right? And so if he's your best example of La Masia, in the same way that I think Sergio Roberto, believe it or not, hurt like the La Masia brand for a while there. Like the brand of La Masia, like selling the club on La Masia, that brand was hurt for quite a bit. And I think this is almost an overcorrection you're seeing. Like, hey, everybody said for a decade, like La Masia was dead. Carlos Alenya, we even watched him, not say fail, but just didn't break through. And Sergio Roberto was the one thing they could hang their hat on. And he has obviously been a whipping post for them for the last 4 or 5 years, right? Like since he, we know what he is. We know he's a squad player and not, a consummate starter in Barcelona. And so I think that there's certainly an overcorrection that you're seeing. But you're right. Like, I don't know why they're not just posting Ansu and Gabi and Nico, because, those are all ones you can boast. You can boast. You can still boast PK and Alba.
I know. We could actually play PK, Alba, Busquets, Gavi, Nico, Ansu. That's 6. Eric Garcia. We could easily play 7 starters from La Masia, which for a big club in Europe is insane.
Right?
Is insane. There are other clubs who have maybe 1 or 2 players from their academy. So I don't see the need for us to have to claim that Araujo is La Masia. Yeah, he was in Barça B for 1 year. I will say that, Barça can boast that they completely re-educated him as far as football goes. He has said this himself as well.